So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's stream. It is probably one of those streams which you don't want to miss because we have got such an important game on Sunday. And we're facing a team which, it could be argued. We've said it many times. We've said it during the last live watch along. Napoli are most probably one of the teams which are in the better form right now. One of the best teams in Europe. The way they play, the players they have are insane, and the way you look at their transfer market and the way they spent their money and how those players which they bought in the transfer market are performing in this league, it's something else. Napoli deserve one thing, and that thing is congratulations. They deserve that first place in the league up to now. Will they be able to keep it? Oh, piss off. Red, the timer's gone off. What's that for? Right, let's break that. Anyways, forget about that. Napoli deserve congratulations, and they deserve that first place. Well, can they keep it? That's the big question. They're coming from many matches. They haven't lost one single match between Serie A, Champions League. They scored 4 past Liverpool. They scored 6 past Ajax. They're a team who loves scoring. And we are a team which hates scoring. So you compare the two sides and you're like, what is going on? They're two completely different teams. On Sunday, it's a match between potentially the two most opposite teams of the league right now. But the league, the table doesn't say that because we're 4th, they're 1st. It isn't that big of a difference, you see. Oh, piss off! It's done it again! Can you shut up? I don't know what setting I put on. Anyways, let's try again. They deserve respect, and they've got so many good players which can haunt us on Sunday. Now, I want to start off by saying 2 things. One thing is a very positive thing, and one thing isn't a very negative thing, but it's just a negative thing. Which can affect the team, doesn't affect us a lot. But the positive thing, which I will say, first of all, is that the Fredkins have officially 100% paid all the loans which Pallotta left when the ownership changed. So we have no more loans remaining. We have a life to enjoy under the Fredkins. Let's say it that way. I can't believe it. I can't fucking hell. Right, I think I've said it. Can I just check this? Because this is insane. It's gone 3 times. No one's calling me. It's the radio. Not the radio. It's like the timer setting on my phone. Anyways. If it rings again, I'll sort of gotta crash that phone. They've officially paid all the loans, which is really good. We have no loans remaining. The Fredkins have officially completed their mission. And the negative thing is something which the fans have a lot of responsibilities with. Now, you've probably read this today. The fans need to be very careful on Sunday against Napoli. It has nothing to do with violence. It has nothing to do with fighting. But it has something to do with chance. We have to be careful. Because when we played Milan last season, in fact, it was basically 1 year ago, because it was Halloween day, when we played Milan and we lost 3-1 at home, I believe. There were, apparently, the Serie A has investigated, and apparently there have been some racist chants towards Ibrahimovic and Frank Kessie. Now, this isn't what Roma fans are about. Roma fans never involve racism in that. That's more when it comes to Lazio fans, if you ask me. But we have to be careful because the Serie A has given us one last chance. If on Sunday against Napoli, there are going to be chants against their region, and there's that famous chants about the volcano which erupts. You've probably heard that. If there are a lot of chants when it comes to the regional area of Naples, the Serie A can investigate this further. if there will be racist chants on Sunday against Napoli, which the probability is very low. It never happens when it comes to Roma fans. If there are going to be racist chants on Sunday against Napoli, the Serie A will ban the Curva Sud during the derby in basically a month. It's a very big statement. If that Curva Sud gets banned for the derby, we're losing the derby. 80% of the derby is done by the atmosphere, is done by the fans. So we have to be careful. Now, it's tempting, obviously, to sing regional chants. Definitely not racist chants. You know, it's tempting to say the volcano erupts in front of Napoli, especially when referees are against us. You know, it's tempting to do that. Nothing with racism. Racism, kick it out of football and everywhere. But, you know, it's tempting to sing, Oh Vesuvio, lava lico. It's tempting. I don't want to spread that, but it is tempting. We have to be careful. Because if it happens, the Serie A will investigate further. And there's a chance that the Curva Sud is banned to get to the stadium for the derby. Again, this is a clear example of us being targeted. This is not fair to us. Why do I say this? I say this because there are teams. Look at our behalf. Lazio fans have now created a new chant, which basically goes, oh, Roma fan, you go pray in the synagogue. You know, they're racist fans, they're fascist chants, they sing things against us when it comes to Jewish people, and they don't get anything. It is something, we're being targeted here, and we've seen this many times with the financial fair play and all of that. We have to be careful. Anyways, the match preview starts. Napoli are a fast team. Napoli are a team which loves scoring. And we're the opposite of that. We're a slow team, and we're a team which hates scoring. We will have so many difficulties in this game, and it's basically understood. Why do I say this? I say this because Napoli, unlike many teams, comes at the Olimpico to destroy us. They are not coming to the Olimpico to grab a point and park the bus. If there's one team which will park the bus on Sunday, it will be us. Napoli are coming to the Olimpico to score 5 goals past us. That's their objective. Now, don't get me wrong. Our defense hasn't been shit. Our defense has been great. That's why I don't think this will be a battering if we lose. If we lose this match, we're probably going to lose this 2-1, 1-0, something like that, 2-0 max. Our defense has been good lately, but we have to crack those goals in. If we don't score, there's no way we'll win, because they will definitely score. They love scoring. Look at that. They scored 10 goals in between Rangers and Liverpool. That's a big statement. So, seeing this approach that Napoli will have, it will be. I will consider some changes in the lineup, but at the end of the day, as much as I'd put some changes, especially when it comes to that Matic and Cristante duo, because all you want is everything except that Matic and Cristante duo to start, because they're slow and Napoli's fast. And, they've got Zielinski, they've got Osimhen, they've got Kvaratskhelia. They will look past Cristante and Matic in a matter of seconds. I would never start Matic and Cristante, but Mourinho will. And that's why you'll see in my predicted 11, it's not my predicted 11. It's not my lineup. It's my predicted 11, what I think Mourinho will choose. And you will see Matic and Cristante. There's no part of me which believes that Mourinho won't choose Matic and Cristante to play this match. And it will be a massive threat, because Napoli are so fast and they are so slow. And again, I think, Napoli they're coming to this game with enthusiasm. They're coming to this game with, being top of the league. They just have everything with them. They're going to bring the fans there and all of that. So it's gonna be a very tough match. Now, the one thing which I will say, however, is that, you see, I think right now, the only 2 teams which are better than us are Napoli and AC Milan. And I've said this already. There is no need for us, when we face Inter, when we face Juventus, when we face Lazio, there's no need for us to go, right, they're better than us. Because that's not true. Napoli and Milan are the only teams which I think are better than us right now. And I can easily see the team dropping down, just like they always do, and go, right, they're better than us. What do the fans want me to do? There's nothing I can do. And that is where we lose the match. Concentration is key, because Napoli will exploit any chances that gets gifted to them. But the most important thing is that we have to believe in this game. Don't get me wrong, they are the favourites. Unlike Inter Milan, where I think, yes, they could have been favourites, but there wasn't a real favourite in that match. This time round, I will say it myself, Napoli are the favourites in this game. That doesn't mean absolutely anything. Means nothing. We have to step in that ground, which is our house, in front of 70,000 fans. We have to play like the Conference League final last season. We have to play as if it's a final. We don't have to be scared about them, because it's tempting to be. They're the best team in the league right now. But we cannot allow ourselves to sit back, relax, and feel the pressure, because it doesn't work that way. If someone right now asks me, you can choose one thing that you want to see from the Napoli game on Sunday, my answer is not a win. My answer is us fighting, us giving the impression that it's a balanced match, us wanting to steal something from Napoli. I don't want to see us parking the bus, 0 attempts, Napoli destroy us when it comes to possession. No, I don't want to see us. I want to see us fighting. I want to see us trying and wanting to steal something from Napoli, wanting to break their unbeaten run. If it will happen or not, we can't command that. But we can command what happens, the episodes that happen in the 90 minutes. We can command that. We've got a remote control to do that, because it's all when it comes to that mentality. So, you see, this city was a city where gladiators used to fight. I want to see us picturing the Olimpico just like the Colosseum on Sunday, and stepping up with 11 gladiators on that pitch. I want to see 11 players showing their bows on Sunday. I want to see the fans showing the bows, and I will be there. I want to see the players play against Napoli without their underwear. That's what I want to see. I want to see them putting the bows. The fucking bows. That's the most important thing. The most important thing on Sunday is not a win or loss or draw. Because we win, great. Enthusiasm max. If we lose, well, it's Napoli. If we draw, I will take that. I don't care about the result on Sunday. Obviously, I want us to win. But I care about the performance. Because by preparing a good match, by preparing a good performance, that is where we can then get a good result. When we face teams like Napoli, there is no chance of us trying to get a result without trying to put a performance. We can do that against Sampdoria, and that happened on Monday. We didn't play well, but we ended up winning. This doesn't happen against Napoli. If we want to get a result against Napoli, we have to fight. Because Napoli isn't Sampdoria. Napoli isn't Lecce. Napoli isn't Monza. Napoli is Napoli. Napoli is one of the best teams in Europe right now, if not the best. And we shall not be scared about that. If that's the case, it will be the case. If that's the case, they will batter us. And if they batter us, let them batter us. But we should not step on that pitch going, they are better than us. Just like any game. It should never happen. And that is kind of my speech, which I've said before the Napoli game. Now let's move on to the predicted 11, because this over here is my predicted 11. Rui Patricio, Ibanez, Smalling and Mancini, no comment on that. Zalewski will start and Spina will get back starting, because I think as much as they aren't great in defense, they can give that attack. They can give that that offensive spirit. And don't get me wrong, we need to focus on the defense as well. But linking back to what I was saying just a few seconds ago, we can't just focused on the defensive section. And I'm telling you here, if we even dare to try and park the bus, they will score a galore against us. We have to balance the defense and the attack. And that doesn't mean that we only need to attack. That means we have to defend, but that doesn't mean we only have to defend, because we need to attack. And I think Spina and Zalewski are the best duo to do that. El Shaarawy can start again, but I don't want to see him in that position. I don't think it was great against Sampdoria. In the middle, I've said it, Cristante and Matic will start. This is in my lineup. This is what I think Mourinho will choose. And I think Cristante and Matic are going to be there. It's going to be a mistake, in my opinion, because they're slow. And Napoli's a fast team. And just the two things don't connect well together. But again, I'd love to see Kamara in this, because I think Kamara can kind of be the pivot of the midfielder, change the rhythm, and especially face Anguissa if he plays, and Kvaratskhelia. Now, Zalewski needs to pay so much attention on Kvaratskhelia because he's on fire. You know, Kvaratskhelia has the potentials of lynching Zalewski on Sunday. So yeah, Matic and Cristante will start. And I think, yes, it's good to have a good trench in front of the defense, but I wouldn't start Matic and Cristante. I really wouldn't. In fact, I've said so many good things about Matic. Don't get me wrong. I've said so many things about Matic and Cristante. If one of the two needs to rest, trust me, rest Matic. Start Cristante. And I know Cristante is very inconsistent. He comes from a great performance against Sampdoria. There are all the chances of him bottling this. But, you just need instinct sometimes. And the instinct right now for this game tells me start Cristante over Matic if one of the two needs to start and the other one sits on the bench. And then in attack, it's Pellegrini and Nico behind Tammy. Yes, I don't think Belotti and Tammy will start. In fact, I do not want to see Tammy and Belotti start, because I think Nico is the pivot of this game. As much as we've discussed Pellegrini being the motor, the machine of the Sampdoria game, Nico will be the pivot, the machine, the heart of us potentially getting a result. Because realistically speaking, Napoli are great in the attack. Napoli aren't so great in defense. Especially because they've got Rachmani injured. So most probably they're gonna start with Juan Jesus in defense. He used to be a Roma player. So Kim is good. Kim is a solid defender, but the other guy isn't great. And Nico has got the physique to, we've seen the impact he gave against Sampdoria. He can easily give it against Napoli as well, because their defense isn't great. Their team starts from the midfielder to the attack. Their goalkeeper isn't great. Their defense isn't great. The way they've been playing lately all lays the foundations in the attack and the midfielder. So Nico will be very important, and then Tammy over Belotti because I liked Tammy better than Belotti against Sampdoria. So and Tammy's just hungry. Again, I don't think Tammy will score in this game. But another reason why I think Tammy will start in this is, let me just say a big statement. It's not going to happen. But what if 0-0? We get to the 80th minute, 90th minute, and Tammy scores a winner. What if it's 1-1 and Tammy scores a winner and we by any chance win this match? If that happens, don't get me wrong, it's hard. The chances are so low. But there is a probability of that happening. And if Tammy scores a winning goal against Napoli to end their streak, to beat Napoli at home, to make us advance into top 4 even more, then we are going to get Tammy Prime back. If that is what Tammy will do, we will get Tammy from last season back in our team, because he needs a moment like that. And the last thing which I will say is that, yes, Napoli are the favourites. I do agree on that as well. And Mourinho's style of play can be a risk in this game, just because we're slow and they are fast. But Mourinho is well known for a masterclass of a performance when nobody expects it. He does it. He does it. out of nowhere, especially when he's been launched so many criticisms. He is famous for grabbing something from his magic hat and just surprising everyone when no one expects anything. That's the definition of a Jose masterclass. That can happen. Unlikely, but it can happen. It's not impossible. It's possible. And Jose is an experienced manager. He knows how to deal with these games. And let it be. I mean, Sunday's game is gonna be a very big game, a very important game. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. If we draw, we draw. That's like every match, but it's gonna be a tough game. We just have to show the balls. We have to just believe in it, because yes, Napoli are the favourites, but something can happen. Something can happen, especially when you've got home advantage. Home advantage can definitely play a big part. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button down below. We're getting closer to 6,000 subscribers, so please smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. Follow me here on Instagram over at Simon_ASO_. Let me know in the comments your impressions, your feelings, how you're feeling, kind of like, 72 hours before the game. And let me know your predicted 11. I'll be very curious to read and respond to all of your comments. And we've got this. We fucking got this. I'll catch you soon. Simon out.